Hello, replay viewers. Hi, live viewers. Welcome back to another episode of 20 Yvette Speaks. I am your host, 20 Yvette, and we have a lot to talk about. You guys be sure to let me know if you guys can hear me okay because I'm using a different microphone. Some of y'all have been like, we can't hear you. So I gotta see if you guys can, hear me good and all that good stuff. I don't even have my headphones over here. They're like over there somewhere. It was like as soon as the show went off, I headed straight to my computer. I'm like, we have got to talk. I can't believe what I just saw. This reunion is crazy. I can't believe what I just saw. Period. I want to know what you guys think about it because wow. That's all I have to say right now is wow. I can't even. Chris Samuels, really? I don't know. Wow. Chris Samuels really shocked me. Like, for real. I'm in awe of what I just saw. Like, wow. So, anyway, okay, I'm just reading. I'm just reading what's on my screen right now, hoping everything is okay. I'm going to look this up on my phone just to make sure everything is running okay. I hope you guys had a really good Christmas. I didn't get to do videos or anything because literally the internet and the phone service, all the towers went out because um, of a bomb that was set off in Tennessee, and that is very close to where I live. I can get to Tennessee in like an hour and a half, and it was crazy. It was crazy. Hi. Hey, Alabama. Hey, Chop It Up News. What is going on with y'all? Thanks for being here. Hey, QT. I think CS was vindicated in terms of Jamal's lies. I don't know what to say. Let me just say this. I never expected Chris Samuels to behave the way he did. I understand what Jamal Bryant was saying on his live stream, but again, let me just say this because we're not even talking about Jamal Bryant. But let me say this. Hey, Tanya. Let me say this. What I want to say in terms of that is again, I wish there was a clause in the contracts that prohibited the celebrities, if you can call them that, of reality TV, like stop posting stuff until the reunion. Hey CJ, I got misinformation, so I do have to apologize because I think on two of my previous videos, I was led to believe that this plot against the Samuels child was about the unborn baby, the baby they lost. And I found out tonight that Chris was talking about the child they just had. It wasn't about the unborn baby, which is what I thought at first when I saw his apology on the live stream. So I did myself a favor and I stopped following the Samuels on social media. I was like, no. What are you guys? I'm going to be reading a lot of your comments because I'm interested to hear what you guys are saying. Let me see. QT says that I think Chris Samuels was vindicated in terms of Jamal's lies. Alabama says you and me both. Mobile Alabama came. Oh my God. Yeah, Mobile Alabama came out of Chris tonight. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. The two Chris really love one another. Yeah, the husbands, yeah. Chris wasn't aggressive to the women. He apologized for being verbally aggressive. And I appreciate that, but I feel like the Samuels need to stop taking a week, 2 weeks, a month, a year to apologize to people. It didn't take you that long to offend people, so it shouldn't take you that. And the offense shouldn't have even happened. What should have happened, which I agree with Andy in this, what should have happened is these people should have sat down like adults and had a real conversation. If you do that, if you use correct communication, then all of this other stuff doesn't happen. And I feel like, and like all of these people are grown. You know what I'm saying? I think Ashley is the youngest one. I feel like all of these people are grown. Why aren't you having adult conversations that is worthy of being filmed? Obviously, the conversation that all started, the plot that started with Gigi wasn't worth Bravo's time. And that's why they didn't put it on the show. So a lot of us were confused about footage that didn't even air. If it was all that, it probably would have aired on the show, but it didn't. So I'm like, well, if they didn't feel it necessary to be on the show, then it wasn't all that. And like they said, it didn't go anywhere. I feel like that was blowing, their scene up or whatever you call it, their storyline. It was just like, I'm trying to make fetch happen. Stop saying fetch. It's not going to happen. It's just Alabama says that Chris said if he were a woman. Yeah, that right there, way out of line, way out of line, way out of character. I do not. Hey, TR baby, how you doing, bro? Thank you so much. Welcome to the family, TR. Welcome to the village. We're a part of each other's village now. Well, TR has a kingdom. I just have a village. So oh my God. How is the wife? TR. Where is she? Tell her I said hi. SF Rose, I miss you. Motaz, is that your name? Am I saying it right? Hi. QT says, Jizzy really mad, me angry telling to security guard, oh, Giselle, to sit Chris down. Yeah, I would have been I can understand Giselle's fear. Because number one, she doesn't look like she can fight. And number two, I feel like Giselle probably has had some abuse in her life. And that just freaks her out. You know what I'm saying? She didn't feel secure in the room. You know what I'm saying? If somebody threatens me, I'm probably going to feel the same way. I'm just not rich enough to hire a bodyguard. So, and listen. When Chris Samuel stood up, I sat up in the bed because I was chilling. But after that, I had to come live. Y'all excuse my hair. I know it looks crazy. I had it tied up. I was in the bed. And I said, no, we have to have a conversation about this because this was some drama. Thank you, Tanya Turner. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Aggressive verbally, yes. But back to Jamal Bryant, I totally disagree that Chris Samuels was physically aggressive. I think that was a lie. And I think that Jamal Bryant's church members will definitely see that. What I don't want to happen, and I'm sure it will, I would like for Jamal Bryant not to blow this up. I wish that Chris Samuels hadn't have stood up and, got loud and all that kind of stuff. But that's the only thing Chris was upset about. Like, Chris Samuels was just upset about that, and he really didn't bring anything else up. But I kind of feel like you guys are going to see Jamal Bryant again on another live stream, and he's going to erase it again like he did the last one. But he's probably going to come and say something stupid to spin this around. I wish Jamal would have just stayed out of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, get back together with Giselle, but just not on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because that stirred up a whole nother pot. And he wasn't on the reunion anyway. He was lecturing, right? So, stay out of it. But there's a right and a wrong way to handle things. And that's why I love these reality shows, you guys, because they kind of teach us what not to do. Whatever they do that seems inappropriate, we just don't do it. Take a lesson, you know, take a lesson from that. Alabama says tonight definitely proved that Giselle really despises the Samuels. Look at how Michael and Chris acted, and that didn't fear Giselle not buying Giselle's antics. I'm not buying Chris Samuel's antics. Listen, Ray and Karen had a moment. It was real. I'm proud of Ray for stepping up. He loves Karen regardless of, what Karen does. Her man loves her. 25 years, and they get to have a vow renewal, and I think that's awesome. But I kind of felt some type of way when Chris Samuels tried to steal their thunder. Like, you could have done that at home. We didn't need to see that. It just looked fake and phony. Like, I just wasn't buying it. I know y'all bought it. I ain't buying it. QT said, I understand that part, but she wasn't being addressed, so no. She had security for her personal safety. True. We'll agree to disagree. She set him to lie. She definitely had a right to have security there, and they allowed it. It's just, I don't know. I just felt like after you address a situation and you're satisfied, leave it alone. I think that what I really think, and this is the messy part of my brain, I feel like Chris should have, fall back and let Monique get back into the binder, because we don't know what all was in there. So now, if you want to know what was in the binder, you're probably going to have to catch her on another live stream. CJ said, sorry, I think Giselle was reaching. Her response to Chris was crazy. I think when Giselle said, don't talk to me, she probably should have never even looked over there again. Like, just stop talking. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm 49 years old. I don't like drama. If I don't want somebody addressing me or talking to me, I just won't talk to them. I think that a lot of this stuff was done for TV, but I think the emotion was real. And I felt my heart went out to Candace, because after seeing her husband and the way he was reacting with the information Candace was giving, I was like, okay, some of this has to be real, because he's living with this woman. And so if you've never been jumped on before, if you never had to fight to get somebody off of you, and now you're grown and you're in a grown woman battle, and you know how Candace loves her face. She was probably like, is my nose broke? Did she bust my... But didn't I tell y'all last week, if it had been me, I would have been on the phone 911. I've been jumped. That's where I disagree. Candace, do not call a lawyer. Call 911 right now. That's just me, though. That's just how I would have handled it. I'm not going to wait and then sue somebody, later on. Because as you can see, it didn't pan out the way they expected it. Monique didn't go to jail. She didn't get drugged to jail and all that kind of stuff. I was almost team Monique until the song. That was far. That was going a bit too far, and I felt like everything she said was a lie pertaining to the antics on the internet and the song. I found a video on YouTube where, like, the lyrics of the song, she was definitely talking about Candace. Definitely. So I don't believe that for a minute. QT says, if these grown folks killed me not accepting the other show contribution for actions, I just feel like, as a Christian, talking for myself, because I know everybody's not a Christian, but you forgive, but don't be a fool. I forgive you, but I got my eye on you. April says security for what? For Monique. Attention, for Monique. because she's jumped on somebody before, and with her attitude, I definitely wouldn't trust her. Alabama says that Ray truly does love Karen. I totally agree. He was throwing shade at Robin, definitely. Ray knows that he and Karen will be married before then. Monique started her live the same time you did. I chose you, girl. Thank you, Alabama. And I knew Monique was going to get on there. Didn't I just tell y'all she's going to be on live stream because she didn't get done with her binder. I have much respect for Chris Bassett. Ditto. QT said Vanity got Candace posting either fight or flight. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm too cute for that. I was a pageant girl myself. And so if you've ever been into modeling or if you've ever been into pageants, the face, you know what I'm saying? The weave, the face, we don't play with that. You don't know. Who does that? Alabama said, yeah, she was talking about Candace in that song. Most definitely. It is definitely a diss track, CJ. I agree with you. April says that you throwing drinks and putting your hand in someone's face. Didn't Candace say, dead me? Huh? Wait a minute. You throwing drinks and putting your hand in someone's face. Didn't Candace say, dead me? I don't know what that means, but after watching the footage, it was definitely Monique that started. And if I got to throw a drink or whatever to defend myself against you, I most certainly will. Don't put your hands on people. Stop acting like Neanderthals. If you were consulting your pastor about this, that, and the third, then you should have been praying to God and asking your pastor and asking God, what should your next step be? Even if Candace went, because who knows? Monique could have went to Candace and apologized like she was going to, even after Candace went to her lawyer, and things could have been totally different. She probably would have dropped the lawsuit because, like I said, who talked Candace into it? Her mom. And every time Candace, do you see how Candace was tonight? Her mother was nowhere around, and she was a totally different person than that girl on television that was pressing charges. Remember, they were sitting in the park somewhere and Candace's mom was, pushing her to. I don't trust Candace's mom. I think that she's a little bit of a lunatic, and I think she needs to stay in therapy. I don't like Candace's mom. I think she has control issues. And also, I don't know if she has a man, but she definitely needs to get one if she doesn't. Alabama says she meant to say drag me. Oh, okay. My bad. Madison Clark, what's up, girl? Madison said Giselle's boyfriend should have been Jamal. It should have been. It should have been, but knowing Jamal, because Jamal thinks he's a pretty boy, so Jamal would have been in favor of the bodyguard. As a matter of fact, if I believed Jamal and Giselle were together, which I don't, but if I believed it to be true, I would suspect Jamal hiring the bodyguard. But did I fail to mention that I don't believe Jamal Bryan and Giselle Bryan are back together? I don't. QT said you have to defend yourself or run. See, she would have ran. But like she said, Monique had this part of the weave. This is a quick weave. It ain't going nowhere. She had this part. And then Candace was like this, trying to hold her wig down. See, this is a quick weave. Candace had on a wig. I didn't know she had on a wig. So that told the story. That told the story. Hey, Nikki Pooh. Nikki said it was disappointing that Andy and Giselle kept talking over Chris and not allowing him to say his piece. He kind of did allow him to say it, but he kept going back to that same storyline. I didn't want to hear it anymore. Andy didn't want to hear it, but I did want to hear what Giselle was saying because it was relevant to that girl that's not on the show, Monique's ex-friend, whatever her name is, Gizzy, Jizzy, Pizzy, whatever, that chick. Like, I wanted to hear it because, all of us know that it wasn't on the show. They edited that part out. And I said that 2 weeks ago. I said, I bet you there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And we found out tonight that Bravo edited all of that out, which means it wasn't conducive to the storyline they wanted for the Samuels. That's the part that you can't control. So I know it, like, cause you can tell like how things move about, and it's like, how did we get to this part? Because they edit stuff out. So there's stuff that's always going on, 24/7 that we don't even get to see. Like, are we gonna get to see the outtakes at some point? That should happen next. We should get to see some of the footage that we don't normally see, because that would explain a lot. Alabama said exactly. I feel Monique should have apologized earlier. Definitely. Candace's mom is controlling. Chris confirmed that tonight. Yes. And yes, Candace's mom is married. Is she married? She needs to, her and her husband need to get it in then. Because she is wound too tight. QT says she should have left that wig. Oh my God. Madison Clark says, do you feel Andy was biased? Definitely. I said that at the 2 weeks ago. I said that, Madison, he definitely is biased. But it's also his job to try to control the room. You know what I'm saying? That's part of his, contract. He has to always stay in control. He can't let things get out of hand. And I noticed also that backstage, Bravo had security back there as well. We've seen those guys before on all the Housewives. Those big men with the suits on. Yeah. So they were ready. There was a lot of bodyguards that were ready. What was that about? Because you don't really need a lot of bodyguards for women. I'm just saying. Did anybody else see that? She should have left that wig. Oh, nobody owned up to plotting on Monique, Nikki said. Nobody was going to own up. I really, honestly, I think it was Gigi, which is a part of why Monique and Gigi are ex-friends. I really do think that it came from them, because I showed you guys the text messages between Robin in the group and Candace, right? And Candace was saying, I only used the word plot because Monique used it. So I went to Monique's social media and I saw where Monique actually was talking about they plotted this, they plotted that. And then Gigi came up with her own live stream. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, number one, the word plot should be replaced with lie, because the lie did come from Gigi. Like I said, Monique probably did flirt back with the trainer or whatever, but I'm sure she didn't cheat on Chris. And I mean, even if she did, it never aired on the show. So we wouldn't know about it if they hadn't brought it up. So, I mean, Alabama said Giselle's bodyguard was confused. That is so funny. Candace clearly lied about the plot. I don't think she did. I think everything they knew about the plot came from Gigi. So I think in this instance, I would say watch what you repeat and watch what you say and around whom you say it. They're very careless, these people on reality TV. I think that sometimes they forget they're on reality TV. I really do. I think they forget that they're on reality TV and that this stuff is going to air again. And, one thing Chris Samuel said, he said that one day the kids are going to see this, and you don't want your kids to, feel a certain type way. If you have children, if you're thinking about having children, you need to consider everything before coming on a reality TV show. There's so many reality TV shows. Look at, is it Honey Boo Boo? Am I saying her name right? The little girl that was a pageant queen. I mean, her life has been horrendous. And it's all played out on television, show after show after show. And being a mom myself, I would hate for my child to have a visual record of me acting a fool or living recklessly or, cursing people out or punching people in the head. Like, I don't want my child to perceive me like that. So it would behoove these people to actually behave the way you're supposed to. Act like you have some home training. And when you have, something that you want to confront somebody about, do it the right way. Like, there's really no reason that it should get this far. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that we haven't addressed is Karen Huger. I have always been Team Karen until tonight. I felt the lie in my spirit. The lie, it was like word vomit. She's argued with Candace to protect her lie. And then Candace says, why did you call Bravo, to have me kicked off the show? And I'm like, so Karen has been busy. Karen has been on the phone calling a lot of people, talking about, I called to get you help. You didn't call to get that girl help. You knew she was already in therapy. You knew that she was on antidepressants. You knew all of this because y'all talk. Why would you do that if you're a friend? I feel like Karen is the person to watch next season. She's a backstabber. And now it really does make me look at Monique sideways, because that's your friend, right? The backstabber of the group is your friend. She is not loyal. She is not loyal at all. Like, ooh, for real though. Hey, Alice, how you doing, babe? I mean, ooh, child. Go and watch Candace's live about the plot. Giselle was caught up in the equation. Giselle needs to keep her nose out of other people's business. Did you see pictures of the trainer? Yes. I'm single for real though. I'm happily divorced, so I could. Vanessa said, I think that Monique is jealous of Giselle because she went out of Sherman. Oh, she did go out with Sherman years ago, and now she is going after Jamal. She doesn't want to see Giselle happy. I think the baby is not Chris's. Woo! Okay. Hey, Jaja. Giselle saying Chris brought that up made her look stupid. Clearly, after Charisse was invited to Candace's anniversary party and tension was there, Giselle told it, get out of here. Okay, that's a good point. I totally forget about Charisse because she's like a non-factor of the show since she left. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is she here? She had, like, usually when they bring a friend back on reality shows, they have a reason for showing back up, but she just was kind of like there, like the paint on the wall. So I don't think Charisse, like, we didn't care that she was there. It was like, why are you here? And she really doesn't know how to stir stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Mm-mm. Nikki said, how can you be upset at Karen and not totally be disgusted with Giselle? I just don't think about Giselle that much, Nikki, because Giselle just, I guess in my mind, I'm like, she doesn't add a factor to the show. Like when Karen and Giselle were friends, like the first season, Giselle had a place in the show. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so now Giselle doesn't, she has no storyline. So I don't care if she shows up. Like her storyline this season was, let me help Juan shop for a ring for Robin. Like, because her and Jamal wasn't real. And I really didn't care. Like, when Jamal would come on television and, be there and whatever, that was my cue to go use the bathroom, or I would go get some water. Like, it just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't popping. It was like, I don't know. Like, Giselle just doesn't have a place. Hey, Cliff. Cliff Lee TV is in the house. Yes. How you doing, babe? Alice says Giselle said it on her confessional. Roll the tape. Andy is protecting her. He is foul. I'm done. Aw, don't be done. Because they're going to come back next season and we have to watch. And Alice, you have to be here for the foolishness. Because we're all here for the foolishness. No tolerance. What's up? Hey, Twana in chat. I sincerely believe that all of those women are of an old enough age to where there should be they should know boundaries. Okay, I get what you're saying. They should know boundaries in which they shouldn't cross the line with people's families. I agree with that 100%. That is the best comment all night. And that's what I was saying. Like, act like you have some home training. Act like you know how to be a friend. And that's important. Like in real life, if our friends behaved the way those women behaved, y'all know it would be bullet holes everywhere, wigs snatched, all kinds of stuff. Like, sometimes you could just go too far. And I think that, when you start involving husbands, wives, but like when you start attacking the family bond, you really have reached a ridiculous point. And I also feel like in the case of Karen Huger, um, she missed the whole ball. She missed the park. It wasn't about choosing sides. If you're going to be that good of a friend to Monique, be that good of a friend to Candace, or just break your communication with both of them. She didn't play fair. And yeah, she coddled Monique more than she even went to Candace's side. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, Robin was there at Candace's house. It should have been Karen. Karen, was, running after Monique for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And it may have been because nobody really was on Monique's side, but look at the importance of these women. Wendy is not here for it, okay? And contrary to popular belief, Candace does, she's submissive to her husband. Giselle said out loud, this is what got me. Let me know if y'all, I gotta scroll down because I'm talking so much. Let me ask y'all something. What did y'all think when Giselle said her and Jamal have a reputation to protect? Knowing that Giselle has been ratchet since the first season, since day one. Now she's worried about her reputation on the show. That right there stuck out to me because tonight it was like she was trying to be, all, zen or whatever. Then all of a sudden, Giselle got heated. F-bombs started going everywhere. So you don't want to be around Monique because of your reputation, but you will curse somebody out in a minute. I'm just saying. Mac loves me. What is up? Welcome to the village. You invited Giselle someone into your home multiple times and she was plotting. Yup, but why are you trying to be so professional for a check you say you don't need, right? To a woman talking about your child. That's what I'm saying. The rumor had already been out. So why is she in your house? She was in your house and I heard Chris say, doesn't he look like his daddy? Giselle is sitting there looking stupid, like, what is he talking about? Yeah, the baby. She looks at the baby and then she looks at Chris and it's like, yeah. QT said Candace wanted everyone on her side. That wasn't right. Monique needed someone in her circle to at least speak with and get on her head with love. I mean, I understand what you're saying, QT, but my focus was on Karen. And she already had Ashley. She's got her husband. She obviously has friends outside of Potomac. The focus was on Karen because Karen wasn't letting go of anybody. Everybody else was choosing, Candace, because Candace is the one that clearly got attacked. But Karen, let me give you my point of view. Let's say that I'm Candace and, somebody else is, Monique. I'm going to think it's real dangerous that one day you come to my house or we're texting or on the phone and then you tell me, oh, I've got an appointment with Monique tomorrow or something like that because I got to go to her house or we're going shopping. So now it's not our friendship that I'm concerned about. my personal information is being compromised, because everything that I said to you today, you could go and tell Monique tomorrow. So I need you to not do that. I need you, to, stay out of it. If what you're going to do, and y'all know Karen, she's going to carry information back and forth. So I need you to be quiet, and I need you to just say, have you held, and all Karen had to do was say, yes, Candace, I have held Monique accountable. And it was seeming like Karen could not say that. And then tonight, for sure, Karen Huger got caught up in all lies that were on footage. So everybody knew that, hey, Karen did say Monique could come to her little wig event. And she invited Monique and she invited Karen. So I can totally understand being in Candace's shoes, because here I have a friend that I don't know if I can trust, because I know how Karen is, and she's going to run back and tell Monique everything I said. Clearly, she's been, running around saying this, that, and the third to everybody else. So when the new season comes back, my eyes are going to be open to Karen, because Karen's crazy. I think she needs to spend more time with Ray so her husband doesn't fall out of love, or, he gets a new love for her, or whatever she's looking for, and kind of stay out of everybody else's business. You know what I'm saying? Say something when you're asked to. Okay? Karen, if I don't ask you to get in my business, stay out of my business. Jaja, I have missed a lot of comments because I'm doing my commentary, but I'm so sorry. I'm not meaning to miss all of you guys, your guys' comments, but I am scrolling back up. Jaja said, and all production knew too. They questioned Monique about it in confessional, but she didn't discuss it. The rumor clearly mattered because it wouldn't have been a big deal for Charisse coming on. I mean, it didn't matter to Bravo, is what I'm saying. It didn't matter to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they want something on the show for real, they will go to any length to get it on the show. But it was like, never mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, yeah. Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa Simmons says the show is no good without Giselle. You think so? You think that the show, who else agrees with Vanessa? Like, is Giselle really needed for the Housewives of Potomac? And if so, in what way? Jaja said there are no boundaries with gutter snipes like Giselle. Maybe that's why she's needed on the show. Hey, T-Star. Welcome back to the village. Maybe she's needed on the show for the draw. Is she like the bone collector? Does she like carry mess? Because her and Karen, they do that. Let me see. What have I missed? Girl, not a reputation. That's what she said, Alice. Giselle says she had a reputation to protect. So I was wondering if she was protecting her reputation tonight with the F-bombs. That's what I was wondering myself. Monique said on Instagram Live that she played cool to be professional for the show. Was totally not professional at all. Nope. Not professional at all. She should have went ahead and went off like she did when she beat up Candace. Because there was no professionality at all. I mean, like, it's too late to be professional now. It's too late. This is a reality show. People don't watch reality TV for your professionalism unless you're Wendy. Or, Andy, when he wants to be professional. But we don't watch Bravo to watch people be professional. We watch it because they're like the king and queen, Bravo and the Real Housewives franchise. Bravo being the king, the franchise being the queen of television all over the world. That's why we watch Bravo. They have the best reality shows because they are the messiest. And they seem to pick people that don't know how to control themselves. It's like whoever is like the casting crew of the Housewives franchise, they have a certain type that they look for. And they know that these people don't mind making a fool out of themselves. And that's pitiful. But it's true. But it's true. Kichi says that would be the lack of your self-control if someone is being upfront and letting you know that she is still dealing with someone else and you spill, right? Mm-mm. You could say, I'm going out to the grocery store and I'm going to get cheese, butter, eggs, and milk. If Karen goes and tells Monique, well, Candace isn't at home right now anyway because she's going to the grocery store getting cheese, eggs, milk, and, whatever. You don't need to tell her what I'm getting to put in my refrigerator. Like, I don't want her knowing, boo, because we don't have a solid relationship. And you don't spill, like when you're talking to your friend, you know what I mean? Like, as women, I don't know about you guys, but if I've got friends, okay, I should be able to tell you anything. Otherwise, we don't have a real friendship. I can't tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? Karen is just not the person that I would speak to about anything. Anything. I wouldn't tell Karen what movie I'm going to see on, the 27th. No, nothing. We would have an empty friendship. Cutie said, I guess I'm cut from a different cloth. I've had to tell people, stop, don't say nothing around me, about, so yeah, I don't have, my friends that know me, they already know I like my drama in the TV. Don't come to me with anything. I just don't have time for it though. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Then again, it's also the age thing. And I guess that's why this fascinates me so much, is because I'm 49 years old and I've been like this most of my life. So I don't understand how other women my age can be this juvenile and careless with friendships. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know. We got Ashley for that. Stovepipe turkey neck can go. Oh my God. That is funny. Okay, Alice says that Dr. Wendy. Hey, Chanel. Chanel said it looked like Giselle walked into a conversation about Monique and Chris discussing who their baby looks like between the two of them. That's exactly what it looked like. That's probably why Giselle was looking stupid. She was like, what? Madison said Monique just announced that she's quitting the show. But she just said 2 days ago that she was offered a contract, so she's not leaving the show. That's why you know what? 3 days ago, I saw that on All About the Tea, right? And so then I thought about Christmas Eve doing a live stream, and I said, no, let me wait. Christmas Day, everything went out. Our internet went out. Our phones went out because there was a bomb that was close to our city that went off in Tennessee. So it knocked all of our towers out. So I'm lucky I have internet right now. But that was just the higher power, our creator, telling me to hold off because that story is not done yet. And now you're telling me that she is not coming back to the show? Well, Chris said he wasn't in it anyway. He was like, he's over it. Chris Samuels is over the Real Housewives of Potomac. No Tolerance says that I think Monique showed class and represented herself well. You're never supposed to let your haters see you sweat. We don't know how she deals with all of the drama behind closed doors. I mean, you don't know how she handles things behind closed doors, but she jumped on Candace on camera. So we know how she handles some stuff. Jean said the loyalty you're expecting Karen to have with Candace is the loyalty Candace should have had with Monique. Absolutely not. I disagree. That's where the betrayal comes from. Nope. Karen is responsible for her own betrayal. And Karen is the one that stated she was friends with both of them. So it's totally different. And we all know that everybody has different relationships with their friends. Our friendship is going to be different from my relationship with, this one, and this one. They're all different. And I expect things that they have shown me. And that comes from experience, with having friends in school, high school, college, my adult life. I expect you to do what you've been doing. And then if you change your pattern, I'm hoping it's for the better. And ever since the first season, Karen has shown the same pattern. Her best season, again, was the first season with Giselle as her friend. And it seems like she has just, I don't know, Karen is like slowly losing her mind or something. Or maybe she has like a memory problem. Like, I don't know, but something is not right. And I understand Karen lost her parents and, she's having trouble with Ray. But I'm hoping that she gets some sort of clarity in the near future. I hope that, Ray's announcement kind of puts the happy, back in her life or something. Like, I don't know. I have 1 degree. She has 4. I'm impressed. I have 4. I have 4 degrees and 2 certificates, but you don't hear me talking about it all day. Chop it up. I was hoping Wendy was not fired because I really wanted to see her bring something wonderful this upcoming season. Giselle will have people side-eyeing all the church folks. I don't think Giselle is interested in being a first lady. I feel like that's not her gig. Let's not. I don't think that's what the Lord wants. I don't think he wants Giselle to be, but then again, we're talking about a church that's always been in the camera's eye with controversy. So there's always a method to the madness. And they knew who they were hiring when they hired Jamal Bryant. So it wouldn't be a far stretch. It would look good because he has 3 daughters with Giselle, but if we're talking about real Christianity, I would not want Giselle as my first lady. But you know what I'm saying? My mom is a first lady. Like, that's what a first lady looks like to me. She doesn't behave like Giselle at all. I wouldn't want Giselle as my first lady. No Tolerance says that I don't believe any of them are real friends off air anyway, so there will not be any real loyalty. I think they are to a certain degree, and I understand that Giselle and Karen have known each other, like, for real, for real. How can you not, because Potomac is not a huge place. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have heard of each other, know each other. But the whole point of the Housewives franchise is building relationships and then playing those relationships out on television to see what happens, who will mix well and who won't. That's the whole purpose of the Real Housewives franchise. Let's put 6 women together, sometimes 7, and watch them grow or watch them fall apart. And so, some people just don't get it. Vanessa says that Chris is hurt because his wife has shamed him on a reality show. We are so here. I so said that on the night of the fight. That was so embarrassing. So he's trying to take it out on Giselle and Robin. What do you think Karen knows about Juan? I don't think Karen knows anything about Juan. I feel like Karen lied. She probably told Ray a lie, and then Ray said, no, you better keep that to yourself. And then, that part wasn't a lie. I talked to my husband about it, and he said probably was the truth. But I don't think, because where would Karen see Juan without Robin? Like when would this even happen? And when Juan was with Giselle, he was sober. So what is she talking about? What is she even talking about? Alice said, child, your drama in the TV and Jamal on the phone. I like my drama on the TV screen, not in my real life, honey. So I would never have a Jamal Bryant as a husband. No. Max says, so Monique played professional with Giselle, but not with Monique. Monique played professional with Giselle, but not with Monique. You probably meant not with Candace. It doesn't make sense. I can't twist myself to make her look better. Her Instagram lives are a way to damage control and move the goalpost. Well, if she just announced tonight that, she's gone, she's not coming back, then there is no damage control, because you were on the show and you have a fan base, right? But if you're leaving the show, that means that you are about to blow social media up to keep your fan base, or you've been offered another show on television. Because I did suspect a spinoff, but I'm not 100% for sure about that. It's just how things work. When we saw things blow up, and Kim Zolciak from Atlanta Housewives was acting crazy, and then she stormed off the show, it was like, really? Because she quit twice. Really, 3 times. No, I think she got kicked off one time, then she came back, and then she walked out, and then that was like it. So she already had tardy for the party, and then she comes back for another season, who knows why, and then she, leaves off again. So it's like, did Monique get a spinoff, or has she been offered another deal? There's something we don't know. There is something that we don't know. QT said, I agree, I'm older as well. And for some reason, people always want to vent and get advice. Thank you. I don't mind that part, but the mess. People always want to vent, and they want your advice because you're older, but then they expect mothering out of you, and they expect coddling out of you. And I agree with Karen when she said, I can't, excuse everybody's bad behavior. Karen should have included herself in that statement, but I do agree with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it just, and I commend Candace, because Candace did take ownership of her mouth, which is what everybody wants. But Candace has been saying that on the show. She says, I know I'm bossy. I know I'm this. I know. And so it's kind of like, what's her name from Atlanta Housewives? The girl, Miss USA, she's always, talking smack, and she's annoying and stuff like that. And, she knows though, and she tells you up front that this is how she is. So I just feel like, I'm like Robin, we ignore Candace. When Candace gets out of control or whatever, we ignore her. She's a chihuahua. She's a cute little poodle that's just a noisemaker. But she doesn't want to fight with anybody. Alabama says that they're all offered contracts, and they must have given her, I said it, they gave her a shady contract, so she declined. I said it. If y'all were in the chat with me last week, I said it. They did it to Nene Leakes, and I knew that some people were going to get some bad contracts, and Monique was probably going to be one of them. Madison said she dropped her video at 11 and quit the show just now. Yep. A Nene Leakes contract. Exactly. Yep. Madison said it too. Bad contract. Trinise Hogan, welcome to the village. I love Monique and Chris together. They both said powerful things. Hurt people hurt people. Oh my God, I love them. Hurt people do hurt people. And I want him saying that to have acknowledged his hurt in all of this as well. Because, in 1 minute, he was hurt because he admitted that he suspected his wife stepping out of the marriage. But then, maybe they went to counseling or whatever, and they worked it out that, neither one of them wanted a divorce. So he decided to believe Monique that she didn't step out. There was probably some flirting, but, there were no kissing, no hugging, no fornication, or in their case, adultery. And so, it's fine. And they're raising their children. I don't think Monique is a good fit for Potomac, but she could be on her own show, and she could be on another show, but she's just not a good fit. Her admission to her counselor or pastor or whatever about, how she is with other women just further lets me know why her circle of friends are so tight. And so I would have given it a second thought if I was, Monique. I would have given it a second thought, because being on television is not good all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not for lazy moms. What happened on The Real Housewives of Potomac hurt her brand. It didn't help at all. It hurt her brand. So I would definitely have thought about all of that before even getting on the show. Vanessa says that they are all jealous of Robin and Giselle's friendship. I mean, they have been friends for a long time. I expected Giselle to be Karen's friend, closer than Giselle and Robin. But Giselle and Robin have been through stuff and they always work it out. And I'm wondering why Giselle can't be the same way with the other women. She works things out with Robin. You know what I'm saying? So why are you not like that with the other women? If you can be forgiving, if you can be loving, if you can be, caring, if you could own up to your stuff with Robin, then why can't you do it with anybody else? It doesn't make sense. QT says that I think Monique has concerns for her family because money isn't the issue. I think AAT said something about stipulations in the new contract. Probably. No Tolerance says that this is their job. They are reality TV friends. I would bet that when the show ends, they will go to their separate ways. I think all of them are fake. No Tolerance, I would have agreed with you in the past. However, they do have relationships outside of the show filming. Unless it would be too much watching their social media and seeing them out at restaurants and meeting up for interviews together and having play dates with the kids. And I'm talking about all the franchises, not just Potomac, but Atlanta, Orange County, Salt Lake City, New York. Like they've all Dallas. Have anybody seen Dallas? That's a real. You think Potomac women are bad? You guys should check out the Real Housewives of Dallas. They are cutthroat. Like these women, woo, they are way worse than Monique and Candace. The fights are unreal. Y'all should check it out for real. But they do. But let me say this. No Tolerance. It's not all of them. Like you would never catch Monique and the other ladies on Atlanta hanging out. Not Monique, but Nene wouldn't catch her hanging out with anybody except for Candace. Maybe she doesn't even hang out with Portia, and they're friends on the show, but it's just different. But when Nene and Cynthia were like really good friends. They hung out all the time and we saw them on social media. We saw them on TV together, on other things. And you know what I'm saying? They even did commercials like ads together and stuff like that. So some of them actually do bond. And that's wonderful to see because it's like, okay, they're not 100% fake. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Oh my God, there's so many comments. Trinice says, not surprising to see Giselle with security, like she's afraid of Chris, but tried to get a man that looked like him last season. Can't stand that real life green-eyed devil. No Tolerance said that's true, Twana, but knowing someone and being friends are two different things. Yeah, I'm not talking about just knowing somebody. Like, that's totally different. I mean, like, friends for real, for real. QT says, right, I know true believers, and it is shameful to see the look Giselle portrays. Absolutely. I would think the church would not want to see a good pastor, to see her in that past. Like, no. Like, Giselle could never be a first lady unless she did some changing with her lifestyle. And I think that Jamal probably knows that. It's just a good look for him to be with at least one mother of, all his children. He has so many kids, right? 7. It's rumored that he has 7 kids. Well, not rumored. I want to use the word allegedly, but I know the children exist. So, he has about 7 children. Zuri being the little one, who's a year old. Not in Atlanta. He has stressed not in Atlanta, right? But the child does exist. So Giselle I can't see Giselle accepting all of those other children. Can any of you? I can't see Giselle accepting all those kids. No way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's never going to be a Christmas where all the kids get to come to daddy's house, and they eat cookies and drink milk together. Like, I can't see that happening. QT says Ray knows something. I believe when The guys get together. I think they talk and they are more loyal. I think that the men are just more adult about things. And the only time men turn into children is probably when they play sports or watch sports, or they're at the strip club if their wives will let them go. Gloria, hi, welcome to the village. Gloria says, I hope Monique did not quit the show because she is the show. I know that she's a strong woman and that she can handle herself. And if she quit, that is what they want, I think you meant to say, and they win. I don't think it's about that at all. Kenya, thank you, JJ. I think if anything, Monique needs to pay attention to what Chris is saying, and Chris could care less about that show, and he doesn't want to deal with the buffoonery. QT says a spinoff for Mo at Bravo would be a double doozy. It would put Leaks and Huck's claims to side for now. True, true. And also throwing something in someone's face, perhaps. Perhaps. But I just feel like, she has a lot of personality, Monique does. And I think that people would see her in a different light. And it would definitely help her brand if she had a spinoff show where she had more control over her show. Because when you're on a reality show, you have to render a lot of your control because you have to incorporate other people into your real life. And so it's just different. Vanessa says, I think they gave Monique a friendship contract like they gave Portia the year she attacked Kenya. For sure. Trinice High loves the Monique. Madison said, supposedly production wanted to vilify her. The whole thing is just ridiculous. I just feel like I was hoping that the reunion would go a different way. I was hoping that the reunion would be like some mending of fences, some people owning more than they did, but it went good. I just wished that Karen would have been more truthful. I wish she had been more truthful. I wish that Wendy would have been more vocal, but she's brand new and she walked into a bunch of turmoil. I wish that Giselle would have gotten to speak more about her feelings on her relationship with Jamal Bryant, because I was interested to know how she really felt about the situation, how she really felt. And the live stream happened, not too long ago, so we won't hear anything. But if she goes live, I follow her on Instagram, so maybe she'll speak on that. That's what I was hoping for. You know what I mean? Especially some of the older women to really, step up and show their wisdom, to try to teach the other, it's just stupid. Vanessa said, remember Chris's mom didn't think Monique was a good fit for her son. Absolutely. Monique is ghetto and very embarrassing. And she did say that she was hood. So she thinks a lot, and I really feel she married Chris for money. Well, we can't deny that the check probably looked real good. Monique has been surrounded by jealous women. Anyone would have reacted like her. Robin, the only one that follows Giselle. That's why. And Giselle wants Kenique's. Oh, you meant Monique probably wants Monique's life. I mean, hey, Ree. How you doing? You guys, if you see people in the chat that have a blue wrench and they have a badge of honor, it means that they are an official villager. They are a part of the Victory Village, and they have perks. So you can join the village VIP if you want to by hitting that join button that's close to the subscribe button. The packages start at $2.99 a month, and we're going to listen. 2021 for the VIP villagers is going to be everything. That's all I can say. I can't tell you what, but it's going to be everything. We got some stuff coming up, y'all. It's going to be nice. It's going to be good. I've been working. Happy holidays. Okay, so listen, shout out to the 34 viewers in the room. I appreciate you guys being here. Lolita, hey. Many people marry spouses for money. I mean, you can't be broke now. I mean, I don't want that. You can't be broke. I don't want a broke husband, especially at my age. I don't want that. That's not of God for sure. Like that, no. We don't want no broke husbands. So definitely make sure that your husband has a check for sure. Something that stuck out to me on this reunion, when the men came out, the way the two Chris's communicated, even after they got into a heated, little debate or whatever, um, I noticed something about Chris Samuels, and I wanted to see if you guys noticed it, or if you even had a thought about it. Did you see Chris, and I'm talking about Candace's husband, he was trying to tell Chris Samuels that, hey, I was not addressing your wife, I was addressing you. And Chris Samuels was like, I saw where your eyes were. Your eyes were moving towards my wife, but I don't want to go back and forth. I want to be cool with you. And I'm like, what? Did y'all catch that? Oh my God. Thank you so much, Alice. I appreciate you being here. K Solo, welcome to the village, love. Listen, I don't know if I was the only person to catch that, but child, for whatever reason, that tickled me. That tickled my soul. I was like, how you gonna tell this man where his eyes was at? If he was talking to you, he was talking to you. He wasn't talking to Monique. He was trying to finish his conversation, what he had to say to you. And he was like, I know where your eyes was. But hey, Chris Samuels was protecting his wife, and so whatever. But they're cool. Now, do I believe that? No, not at all. I believe that Chris Samuels is at his house, not communicating with any of these men. He is urging Monique not to go back to the show, so he never has to see any of these people again, ever. And might I add, the night of the fight, did anybody catch the tea that Monique kept saying, I'm not coming back anyway. I'm never going to see these people again anyway. So, let me just finish her off. So she's been hinting since that fight that she wasn't coming back. She didn't say, they're not going to let me back. She also said at the intervention at Karen's house, or whatever you want to call it, a get together, come to Jesus meeting, whatever it was, maybe I should be a part of this. So I feel either Chris Samuels doesn't want Monique Samuels back on the show, or she just is like, I'm out. Either way, my eyes are open. I'm looking to see what's going on. Something is brewing in the pot, okay? Something is brewing. And I don't know what it is, but I know it's something. Trinice says that Wendy should have had to answer for what she meant by you people. Oh, I don't think she meant anything. And I'm going to tell you why, Trinice. I am a big fan of African film. And that's just something they say. You people. That's just something. Here in America, when we say you people, well, we usually don't say it. It's usually said to us. I'm just saying, if you're chocolate, you know what I mean. And it, it's cool or whatever. Like I'm too old for that. I don't care about that. I am a person, and you can address me as you if you don't know my name. You people. Well, that's fine as long as you know that I'm a person. But I don't think she meant any harm by it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know. Anyway, Shireen, hi, welcome to the village. Twana, I may have missed this. However, did you see what Jamal Bryant said about Chris being aggressive towards Giselle and Robin? Absolutely. I saw all of that. I heard all of that. I think Jamal Bryant is crazy. No, really. Please don't go and tell Jamal I said that. Or if you do, I don't care. But I don't think Jamal is crazy. I think that Jamal would like for the Bible to bend to his standards. I don't think that Jamal is mentally ready, even at his age, because we are the same age. I just found out that me and Jamal Bryant are the same age. Mentally, I don't think that he can be faithful. I don't think that monogamy is something he can deal with. I think that maybe he, in his younger days, he was a ladies' man and he just can't shake that. Like, that's a stronghold in his life. And I just feel like, because most of the drama with Jamal Bryant stems around women and how many children he has. And if you have 7 children by all different women, 3 of them with Giselle, there is something wrong with that. And a lot of people, yes, they still follow Jamal Bryant, but there are a lot of people who are woke to his antics. You can't heal the people if you're not healed yourself. So, and speaking seriously, as a Christian, I'm not even talking about like as a minister, but just as a Christian and just as a good person, I would be looking sideways at Jamal. You know what I mean? Like if I, was in his flock, if I was at his church, if he was friends with, my husband, if I was married, I would be looking at Jamal sideways. Saying how, you're doing good things in the communities and, the travel and speaking and all this kind of stuff and, feeding the hungry and all this. But at the end of the day, are you doing all this stuff for clout? Are you doing all this stuff because you really care about people? Or are you doing this stuff to deflect from your own struggles in your life? Because at the end of the day, when you go home and you're not on camera, it seems like all you do is spend your time making babies or collecting girlfriends. If I was Giselle, I wouldn't want him anymore. That's just me. I wouldn't want him. So, to answer your question, Shireen, I don't believe anything Jamal says at this point. I would have to see a complete turnaround in Jamal Bryant in order to take his word seriously. Chris Samuels apologized for being verbally aggressive. And that's all you can do. You can't take it back. That's all you can do. Trini says that Giselle has no feelings. She's a devil. Ree says that I was wondering about what Giselle said, where she mentioned that Chris didn't mention the drama at the lake house. All I know is Gigi, or whatever her name, had already had the conversation with Giselle and Candace and whomever else. And even after that, Giselle was at the Samuels resident talking to Giselle, and Chris said, "Doesn't my baby look like me? Doesn't my son look like me?" Which lets me know the conversation and the rumor and the plot or whatever had already been discussed. So that's why I said, Ree, I think these people should stop posting stuff on the internet until we've seen it on the show. Do you see what I'm saying, you guys? How it's, really confusing. I can't believe we've only been on for an hour. Alice says, wishing everyone in the chat Happy New Year 2021. God is good. Thank you, Alice. Girl, Ree, me and you got a lot in common. Nollywood for life. Nollywood, yes. I love me some African film. I'm telling y'all, it ain't nothing like a good Nollywood movie, especially on Sundays after church. Eat real good, and then you go lay down and you get your YouTube out, honey. We're gonna have a conversation about that one day. Lolita Divine says, yes, you people usually comes from other races and people that believe that they are better than the person or people that they are speaking to. Yeah, in America, definitely. But in Africa, you people could be your children. They could be a married couple. They could be a group of people, in a place, like if I'm the mom and I have my daughter and her boyfriend and I say, where are you people going? And that's kind of regular to them. So I really didn't pay any attention to that part. When she said that, I didn't really, you know. Ree says that she used to get you people a lot from customers, and yes, they were looking down on us. I just didn't read anything to, especially when you're like black and you're talking to someone else who's black, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Jamal just wanted to perpetuate the lie to deflect his own mess that was coming back to the church. I think that he was trying to perpetuate the lie to deflect his own mess in his life, because when you are in the public's eye, people are watching you constantly. Why this man wanted the world to see him on The Real Housewives of Potomac, knowing what rumors were already circulating, is beyond me. And saying on camera that you are back with Giselle means nothing. Nobody has even seen this girl at the church. When has Jamal brought Giselle to the church house? I'm just saying. Lolita said Jamal is demonic. He's a demonic wolf in sheep's clothing. Trinice says that Wendy told us a lot about her in that statement, you people. She talked about accountability. I want her to be held the same accountability. It's never going to happen. And you're probably going to hear you people again, because that's just how their conversations roll. Somebody probably, will tell her in normal conversation to not say that or whatever, but she's not going to hold accountability for something she doesn't see as being wrong because she's black. She talked about colorism on the reunion and on the show because she's, darker than the other ladies. But knowing her African, background, and she's very accomplished, Wendy. She's okay. I just feel like, I don't know, for some reason, you people doesn't really bother me. Now, I am from the South and I have heard it, a lot, but it just, for some reason, you people doesn't bother me. And it's probably because I'm a Nollywood fan and I hear it in every movie. So that's probably my fault. I can't help it. I would prefer to watch Nollywood movies. So that's just me, But if I went to the store out here, talking about racism and stuff, it probably would bother me if, someone of a different race said, you people, if I was in a group or something like that. But I just think it's just, I don't think she meant it in, a bad way. Now, if she did, she'll probably get caught up in something on the show and somebody will bring it up. But I don't think it just didn't stand out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, JJ said Jamal trying to redeem himself by throwing rocks, boulders, and daggers. He tried, but child, them wasn't no daggers. Oh, well, no one wants Giselle, so her and Jamal are meant for each other. I feel sorry for those little girls. I think the little girls are really well taken care of. Jamal claims his daughters, and that's a good thing. But Jamal needs to take responsibility for the other children that he has fathered, and just go ahead and do the right thing. That's something that you people, meaning deadbeat dads, don't take care of some of your children, take care of all of your children. Shireen says, great point. I caught that too. Did you catch that? You said, my Chris, I caught it. Lolita said, I think Chris was throwing a subliminal message to Giselle and wanted her to admit on TV that she doesn't believe the rumor that the baby isn't his. I mean, she looked at Chris, she looked at the baby, she said, yes, he looks like you. Whatever she was there for, it certainly had nothing to do with that little baby. Because he said, this is your first time seeing my son? And she said, yeah. And he's like, doesn't he look like his daddy? And Giselle was like, I was like, Giselle is so stupid. That look she gets on her face is like, the blonde hair goes really well with Giselle. Shireen said, I would like to see some of the BTS so we can get more context to the most of these stories. Ditto. Africans are different from Africa. Yeah. African. I mean, she considers herself African. She's never said she was African American. So it depends on, you know, I'm not in Wendy's shoes. You know, I don't, to be honest with you, Trinice, I really don't care about all that. I think Wendy's a cool person. I think that, you know, she has a lot on her plate. Um, if you know a lot about, you know, Africans, like I have a little cousin. Well, he's not little anymore. He's like 18. Um, yeah, he's 18 now. And his father is, you know, African. He's not African American. He's African. And it's different. It is totally different, okay? I beg. It's totally different. I couldn't be married to an African man, so yeah, I would just leave it at that. It is some difference. So, you know, you people could be any group or person or, you know, or couple, you know what I'm saying? Um, I understand that she's in America now, but I say some screwed up stuff because I was raised by my grandmother and my mom, and I catch myself saying, you know, some really crazy Southern stuff. And I'm like, that is not even a word. It's not even in the dictionary. So I just didn't see that as a threat or see it as something. Now, if she keeps on saying it, I'm sure she's going to get caught up and that's going to be a storyline. So we just have to wait and see what happens with that you people stuff, if she does it again and who catches it, and if somebody's going to bring it to, you know, anybody's attention. So Madison says, unfortunately, his cheating was and is attractive to certain women. I don't think men who cheat are attractive at all. I think that's stupid. Um, oh, man. And I don't think Giselle, you know, even though I'm not team Giselle, not even Giselle deserves to be cheated on. I just think that's ratchet, and I think he needs some help. Um, but Tawana, black people do not refer to blacks as you people. She is living in the U.S. I know, Lolita, but I just don't see it as a big deal. I think that right now Africa is dealing with SARS, and we're dealing with a pandemic, which is, you know, more important, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? And then Wendy's a commentator, for God's sake. There's no telling what all stuff she said. There's no, I mean, we don't know enough about Wendy yet. I want to see the real Wendy in action. Now that she's got one season under her feet, you know what I mean? She's going to get her bearings and settle in. I'm looking to see the real Wendy, you know, come out. And it's probably going to be mid-season, the upcoming season of Potomac. Then we can decide. You know what I'm saying? Then we can see what she's talking about. Chris Samuels forgave Giselle. He's so big. I heard him forgive the ladies. I saw him forgive the ladies as well. And that's all I'll say. Kay says, I hate that you people phrase. My half brother, who's half white, other side of the family, used to call us you people until my mom and dad put them in their place. Oh, well, okay. Lolita, not zebra girl, LOL, but I get what you were saying. Wendy has said she is African American. I didn't hear her say that, but I'm glad you did, QT. I've never heard her say that she was, but I have heard her, talk about her African heritage, but I've never heard her say or acknowledge that she's African American. So that's good to know. Um, Let one of my black people that I hang with say you people, I'm gonna have questions. You will never hear an African American say that to one another. I have. Remember, I live in the South. I'm in Alabama. I hear it all the time. I'm not kidding. I hear it all the time. You people can be your side of the family. You people can be, black people that are more sophisticated and more palatable, and they can say you people to more hood people, street people. I've heard it said to, the drug dealer thug types with the hanging pants, that what they call sagging. Yeah, we hear it all the time, all the time. And we hear a lot of church people say you people. So, I mean, it's just, something that you get used to, something that I hear. And Lolita said, Twana, would you please honestly feel that way if Monique said you people and not Wendy? Yeah, I'd still feel the same way. Because I really didn't pay attention to it, Lolita. Like, I literally didn't, it didn't even faze me. I can't even tell you what frame, like the second part of the show, the first part of the show, like it didn't. Rhea's laughing at Chris's forgiveness. QT, I swear I don't have any shade. What do you mean? I didn't shade anybody. Girl. Trinice said Bible reference. A Bible reference. Your comment went away. You said Bible reference and then check it out. Lolita gave me a fun, and then JJ said, I say you people. I don't know if I ever say you people unless I'm imitating something I heard on a movie. You know what I'm saying? So now if you are from Chicago, we heard you. I'm not. I'm so here in the great state of Alabama. You people is just not really, it's not a shade thing. It's just, they just don't know how to behave out here. Some people don't. You people don't know how to behave, or you don't know how to behave. So then, you are you people. Uh-huh. I'm playing. I'm just playing. Shireen said, I think Wendy wasted this season. She didn't allow the audience to know her much. I actually was and perplexed at how she came off. I was wondering, how did everyone piss her off already? I don't think so. My favorite thing was when they were in the hotel and they put the spiders and the snakes in Wendy's bed. That was so funny. And she didn't get mad. She was a good sport about it. That was so hilarious. And I was like, that deserved a you people. I am like, you people finna get your whooped. No, I'm playing. But I probably would have thought that. I ain't lying. Don't put no spiders, no snakes, no frogs, no crispy critters in my bed and expect me to get in the bed and sleep in my bed. I don't care if they were fake. That is so, oh my God. Somebody would have got whacked upside the head with an umbrella or something. Like, seriously. That was wrong. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that episode? That was so wrong. Trinice said it will come out of Wendy again. Mark my words. That's what I'm saying. I'm wanting to see more of Wendy in action. I hope that she gets more scenes next season because we just really didn't. I don't have a flavor for Wendy. I just like her stature. I like, her demeanor. I like the way she is with her kids. Her and her husband seem to have a good relationship, but I'm just, you know what I mean? That's surface stuff. I really want to see the interaction with the women, like when they come back this upcoming season and they talk about what they did, during their time off, and how if they bonded, if they tried to get together. Because she just didn't, it just wasn't enough. We don't have enough to go on. So I think it was a semi-wasted season. But I think that when Wendy came on the show, these women already had conflict, and Wendy was looking like, what the heck did I sign up for? So I don't know if she was like a little afraid to jump in, and but it was like, if you meet a group of friends and y'all are already fighting, I probably would behave the same way. I'd be like, don't ask me, I ain't in this. I'm gonna just watch from the sideline. I don't know what y'all talking about. I just got here, okay? Don't put me in y'all drama. But I will sit quietly and listen. I sure would. I would sit quiet. QT said the wife and professor would have good too. I don't know what that means. Enjoyed the chat. Gotta go. Bye, Alice. Thank you for joining. I was kind of with Karen when it came to Wendy, all that emphasis on her education. She explained it later. I mean, I thought it was funny. Every time she would say, I got 4 degrees, it was like, acknowledge, that I'm not, a thug. Acknowledge that, I'm good people. She just said it wrong. You can't bust up in a new group of women, and say that repeatedly like 6 times a day. Now that right there, that would get on my nerves. I'm just saying. Because behind my head, if I didn't tell y'all those were degrees, y'all would be like, maybe my daughter stuff from, grade school or something. You don't know what's up there. I never talk about it. Why do the newbies not watch the previous shows? I think that is something they look for, Trinice. I think that they look for people who aren't too familiar with the show, so they're not shocked and surprised. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, nope, I don't want to be on that show. So they look for people who fit a certain criteria. And then, if they say, oh, I'm not really familiar with the show, she's in. We need that couple. Lolita said, I don't think Wendy is a good fit for the show with her perfect marriage and her degrees. She is cut from a different cloth. I just think, well, she's not perfect. Nothing about her life is perfect. That we know that. But just give them some time. Just give them some time, It took Monique a little time to fit in. When she came on the show, she was professing to be a glorified rapper. So if Monique could come on the show and be a rapper, Wendy could come on the show and be a doctor. Listen, I beg, please, give Wendy another shot, please, give her another chance, please. I beg, please now. Shireen said, I mostly meant backstory with the ladies. Right, okay. Who's friends on the show or personal interactions one-on-one? Didn't see the connection. I know that Karen and Giselle were friends for like 10 years or so. And I think that Giselle and Robin, they've been friends since forever. Like they've known each other the longest, I think. No, I take it back. Karen said that her and Giselle have known each other the longest, and then it's Giselle and Robin. So, but you see how that goes, right? You don't have to be friends. Like Karen and Robin aren't really tight. You know what I'm saying? So I commend Giselle for that little piece. Like she could be friends with 2 or 3 different people on the show without them meshing so good together. Like they tolerate each other. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them, are friends with Robin, or friends with Giselle. So, yeah. Oh my God. Let me see. Trinice said, I just found the show. Trinice loving it. Lolita said, I don't think Wendy is a good fit for the show. Shireen said, I mostly meant the backstory. QT said, I just thought about something. Wendy and Giselle and Robin have the sorority connection, right? Yes, they do. She already knew Candace. So the ones that were left, she had a bit of a conflict with. Did she know? Oh, she knew Candace from, okay. So she had a conflict with the people she didn't know. Probably. Um, Karen is just like, I don't know. She's hard to explain, that Karen. She's the oldest one. She's set in her ways. She is who she is. Um, but Wendy's gonna get her bearings. She's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? She's got, they give you 2 or 3 seasons to get yourself together. So, we'll see about all that. Races, I think they will come for Wendy next season. It is possible, but I think Giselle, because they have their sorority sisters, she will run to protect her soror, because others, sorors are watching the show, and so if Giselle doesn't stand up for Wendy, there could be some mess. So I think regardless, then Giselle will have Wendy as a friend and Robin as a friend. I don't know if Giselle and Karen are ever going to be friends again. Giselle seems to not even care. I would like to see them be friends again, but I don't think Giselle is interested. And Shireen said, no, Giselle and Robin became friends from the show. I could have sworn that Giselle and Robin have been friends for a long time. I remember Giselle saying that her and Robin have been friends forever. And then they have pictures of when they were younger. So I'm trying to, it had to be Robin, because Karen is not a soror, and the little one, Ashley, she's not old enough. And they didn't know Candace yet. Candace was brought onto the show. So it has to be. It has to be Giselle and Robin. It has to be. I don't think the sorority people will. I just can't remember who, if it's just Giselle or both Robin and Giselle. It could be just Robin and it could be just Robin and Wendy. Not Robin and Wendy, but Giselle and Wendy. But I could have sworn Robin either went to college with Giselle or they met right after. Because I even remember Giselle talking about being there for Robin when Robin was going through her divorce and trying to get, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out, what their next step was. So Robin went to school. Yes, Robin is a graduate. I knew, Trinice. Robin is a graduate. Shade for days, Trinice. Oh my God. Madison said, well, we know Wendy comes from a cursed tribe. Oh, I don't know that. All I know is her husband's family ain't talking to him because they don't like Wendy's family. I don't know if anybody's cursed or not. I don't want to say that, not because I like Wendy, but because Wendy and her husband have produced some beautiful children. And you would hate to think that, any type of foolishness is going to affect the children. And I think that Wendy's husband's family is stupid for missing out on these children's lives. But, having some African people in my family and watching, the movies, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get their behavior. I get why they do that, but I don't like it. I would have loved to see his family show up for the sip and see. Just show up, period. It's been 10 years. These people have obviously been married for 10 years. They obviously love each other. They're not going to break up anytime soon. And so why would you miss out on the birth of your grandchildren and all of this just because you don't have to deal with Wendy? You could come see your son and not even deal with Wendy. Come see your grandchildren. That's sad. That is absolutely sad. It really is. Giselle and Robin are not in the same sororities. Okay, so it's just Giselle and Wendy. But I knew Robin went to college. Candace is the other soror too. I just saw that on a Bravo clip. They've been friends for about 5 years. Giselle is 10 years older than Robin. Yes, she is. Wendy's husband is fine. Y'all are gonna hate me, but I got some shade. When Chris Samuel stood up back there, um, his suit, his pants didn't really hang right. I kind of felt like maybe they exaggerated his hips a little bit. Now, as much money as these people have, you couldn't get a tailor-made suit for this episode. Like, you just, that didn't look right to me. I'm just saying. It just, you know, and look, buying off the rack, I buy off the rack because I'm broke. Oh, well, I'm not broke, but I'm not Chris Samuels rich. But did anybody else see that? I was like, what's wrong with his suit? Maybe his pants were twisted. They were twisted, because of the way he got up off the stool and probably needed to, you know what I'm saying? But you know whose husband is fine? Candace's husband is fine. And I'm going to leave that at that. You go, girl. You did that. Reese said, I was worried about that dang Nigerian curse. No, it's not a curse. See, we over here not knowing our history because of slavery. No, I have like 33% Nigerian. No, I rebuke it. I reject it. I reject it. There is no curse. I reject it. It ain't none. Trinice, I reject it. We will not talk about any. There are no curses. Okay? I reject it. God forbid. I think Giselle and Robin knew one another when Giselle moved away. Yes, they talked about this stuff. And Alabama said, girl, you were really watching. I missed that. Don't you start with me, Alabama. Do not start. It was something under the back of Chris that was caught. Was it? That's what it was? Was that what it was? He was hung on something? He should have caught that because that didn't look good. That was definitely not of God. That is not how God wanted Chris Samuels to present himself before his people. His pants was twisted up or either he was turned the wrong way. It was something going on from the waist down. It just didn't look good. I mean, it was kind of like the clumps. It was a little clumpish, but if I'm not mistaken, Chris Samuels, he's built like he's in shape, right? So, you know what I'm saying? It just, when he got up, his pants just didn't look normal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all laughing at me. I'm being serious, but thank you for clarifying that. They was caught. They was hung on the stool or something, and that's what it was. Lolita said his family probably don't like Wendy. They don't. They do not like the union. They don't want their family to be connected at all. Period. Wendy could have been anybody. We don't want to be connected to that family, even though Wendy's family have a lot of people that have done miraculous things with their lives. We don't want that connection. And they just don't. I don't know, and that's another reason why I want Wendy to stay on the show, because I want them to elaborate on that. I want to know more about what's going on, with that. Trinice said, if it doesn't come out in the wash, it will come out in the rinse. I have heard that before. I've heard that before. QT said, rewatch when he stood up the first time. You could see it. Yes. Did y'all listen? I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again because it's on my TiVo. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm telling you, when he got up and he said, and then Andy was like, Chris, sit down or whatever. And then I saw the bodyguards, get swole. He got swole real quick. He thought he was finna go to work. The bodyguards thought they was finna go to work. Okay, they was looking like, don't do nothing stupid now. But he just stood up because I guess he felt like if I stand up, I'm the biggest guy, on here. They gonna shut up and listen to me, But no, because everybody on that panel, everybody on that show has a big mouth. That's one thing. We even saw Miss Karen tonight. Miss Karen raised that voice up tonight, honey. Karen. If I was Candace, I'd cut Karen off. I ain't even lying. If I was Candace, I would cut. Who are you hollering at? And the thing that got me was Karen was yelling, and she was yelling lies. Now, telling a lie And yelling a lie is two different things. But you yelling the lies. You meant Candace was going to listen to them lies. You meant that. Candace, if you didn't hear nothing else on that reunion, you had better have heard Karen's lies, okay? And they were some good lies. And Karen believed her lies. That's the thing that cracked me up. Karen believed those lies. She did. She believed everything she was lying about. She said she called Bravo executives to get Candace the help that she needed. I love Karen getting loud, though. It was funny to me. I hollered. Y'all should have seen me. I was in, like, if I could do a reaction video to Karen getting loud without getting a copyright strike, I would, because that just made my whole night. I was like, mother is over here getting loud, honey. You gonna listen to me tell this lie. That's what you gonna do. Candace said, why did you take my text and you call the people, Bravo executives, our boss? And then Karen turned around and said, yes, I called your boss, and I'm not mad that I called her. I would do it again. And I'm like, but you didn't call them to get Candace help. You could have called a psychiatrist and done that. How is Bravo executives and producers going to help Candace get help? That's not in their job description. That's not what they do. And isn't Candace's mother a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something? Like, why wouldn't you, like, if y'all two women are Candace's favorite women, why wouldn't you talk to Candace's mom about this or something? Like, Karen's crazy. Karen was a toxic trick this season. She was. She was crazy. But you know what? Andy said it in part 2. Andy said she's changed a little bit. She's come out a little bit because her parents aren't here to see her antics. And so now she's getting, it's kind of like when your mom and dad go out of town for 3 days and you got the house all to yourself and you just start acting a fool because you ain't never had the house all to yourself, or you go to the mall for the first time without your parents but with your friends and you act like you ain't never been nowhere before because you really haven't. This is like mommy and daddy aren't here, so now I'm gonna just cut a fool. And Ray has a lot on his hands with Karen because this will not be the last thing Karen does. I mean, Karen got caught in her lies tonight, and she still defended her lies. Karen's loyalty is to herself. Karen's loyalty is to her lies, because she defended every one of her lies, honey. If this reunion has taught me nothing else, it has taught me that Karen will tell a lie and she will defend it to the very end. Yes, she will. Lolita said, I'll say this and then go to bed. Eddie appears to be afraid of Wendy because she seems controlling, and that is probably what chased his family away after she called them you people good night. I gracefully disagree, Lolita, but I love you. And you come back to see us. Get some rest. And if I don't see you, Happy New Year, Lolita. QT said, isn't something about 2 different tribes that cause friction if not done properly? Something like that. Girl, it's 2020. I mean, and this was like 10 years ago. They should get over that stuff. The grand don't give Dom came out of Karen. Oh my God. Candace's mom bops her on the head, so don't call her. This is true. Hey, B. That's my friend B Stokes, y'all. B Stokes is a great stylist. She's a great YouTuber. Y'all show her some love. Ree said Karen was giving us Erica Kane this season. Okay. Honey. Erica Kane all day. That was, I don't know. I still felt bad for Candace. I just wish this whole fight thing hadn't happened. And I'm glad that, I don't know. I still don't know if I believe Chris Samuels tonight. I'm having a problem believing, um I don't know. Like that last scene, I was not expecting that. And he just like busted out in tears. And who was that that said, look at the fake tears? I was laughing so hard I couldn't see who it was. Reese said Karen was giving us Erica Kane. QT is laughing. Lolita said, I love you too, girl. I'll be back. Happy New Year. Look, I mean, he was like, that woman had my back. And I'm like, this is not your moment. This is not your moment. This is Karen's moment. It was like he did that on purpose. Like he was like, well, let me steal Karen's thunder. And I'm like, what is wrong with Chris? Sit down. That is not, even Andy looked confused. Andy was like, what just happened? Andy Cohen was like, what just happened? What happened here? I missed the moment. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It was funny as crap. Chris them need to quit playing, but I am gonna see if I catch that live. They may have erased it, but I'm gonna see what they was talking about. And if Monique did decide to walk away from the show, let's see who they replace Monique with. Who would you guys like to see replace Monique? That's a good question. Anybody? It's 24 people in here. What do y'all think? Is there anybody out there that you would like to see replace Monique, or would you just rather it not be a replacement at all? Reed said Chris was giving a good reality TV. Chris Samuels was giving us good sitcom TV. That was more like a soap opera, like General Hospital. That was not good reality TV. QG said, I think they knew they weren't coming back and he took his last. That's what it was. That is exactly what it was. That's how Chris and Monique decided to come out. They said, let's give our last hoorah. And they came out and, in a united front, because all Chris could talk about was how they attacked my marriage. They attacked my family. Like, okay, you accepted everybody's apology, right? No, he didn't. He said, well, what did he say about, I hear your apology or whatever, but it's too little too late or something. I don't know what he said. But then it was like, he stole Karen's stuff. Even Karen was looking like, what the heck just happened? Oh, yes. Yes. Bring back old standby. Bring back Katie. Put crazy Katie on the show, please. That right there would do my heart good. B said Giselle said it, but honestly, I was here for Chris the entire episode because he wasn't letting up. I mean, Chris just kept. Even Andy was like, "We've been talking about this for like an hour. Can we move on?" Because he's trying to do his job. Like, let it go. Like, we're not talking about this no more. Like, you should have been here for part 2. What they should have done was had like just a piece of part 2 with Chris and Monique and Andy, and just have them a little separate, thing, and then get back to, the show. Like, let them have their 15 minutes of fame or whatever, and then, on part 3, just everybody apologize to each other and just, you know what I'm saying? Or they could have had, like they did Atlanta Housewives one year, where they like let the men talk with each other or whatever for a moment, and then the guys come out and meet the women. I think that probably would have went better. I don't know. That last scene with Chris, though, I don't know why I found that so funny, but it just tickled me. I mean, it was like, come here, baby, because I love you. I was like, what just happened? And then he starts crying, and I heard somebody go, oh, here we go with the fake tears. And I'm like, is that Giselle? so confused. Just let it be done and no replacement for Monique. Katie is too fragile. I love her dingy behind, but she needs to be she needs to be in court battling her ex. Oh my God. Katie is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, I think we need Katie, but she is, I agree, she is too fragile for that show. She's too fragile for that group of women. So, and I wouldn't want Katie to get involved with Karen, because Karen can be so manipulative and she might turn on Katie like she kind of turned on Candace. And then, Katie might get suicidal or something. So we'll admire Katie from afar. She doesn't need to be on the show. She can be a friend of the show, but not on the show for real. No. Katie brought light to the show because she's cuckoo. She is. She's crazy as all get out. Is the wind high outside again? There is something. I hope it's not storming again. Where my studio is, like, the door is right there, and I'm like, I don't know. But then there's traffic. If you guys hear traffic, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, guys, my hour is almost up. Okay, so I would like to thank all of you for, being here, hanging out with me this last hour. I am going to drop a video tomorrow to let you guys know what happened to me during the Christmas holidays. I would have talked about it tonight, but it would have just taken too long. So I'm going to drop a video tomorrow, and I will get back to work. If I don't see you guys, Happy New Year. Stay safe. Again, get your masks, get your sanitizer, stay armed up, because it is dangerous out there. I don't want you guys getting sick or getting compromised. Miss Rona is still running rampant. Our cases go up like literally every day here in Alabama. So please stay safe. Remember to live on purpose. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. And even consider